Welcome back, movie lovers. Today we dive deep into the chilling horror world of Smile 2, a story of fear, deception, and a deadly curse that infects the mind and soul. What happens when your smile becomes your nightmare? When reality blurs with terror and no one, not even your loved ones, can be trusted? Join me as we unravel the terrifying journey of Riley, caught in a horrifying game with a sinister demon known as the Smile Devil. 8 victims have already fallen. Now Riley is next. Will she survive the darkness, or will the monster claim her too? Stay tuned, because this story is full of shocking twists, spine-chilling moments, and a mystery you won't forget. Make sure you watch till the very end. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more gripping movie recaps and reviews. The story begins with Riley, a famous singer, about to embark on a world tour. However, strange incidents start happening around her. One day she meets a fan named Louis, who suddenly behaves oddly. His mouth opens as if something is stuck, and a disturbing smile spreads across his face. Terrified, Riley steps back. But before she can react, Louis fatally strikes himself on the face with a heavy object. After this unsettling event, Riley becomes anxious but tries to focus on her career. A few days later, she catches a glimpse of Louis's reflection in the mirror, even though she knows he is dead. When she turns around, no one is there. Hesitantly, she looks again into the mirror and sees Louis's reflection nodding at her. Suddenly, Riley's face twists into the same eerie smile. She quickly touches her face but feels nothing unusual. There's no sign of Louis nearby, so she dismisses it as stress. Later, while taking a photo with another fan, Riley senses something strange again. The fan loudly shouts, "I love you!" before security escorts him away. Riley tries to calm herself, unaware that the real horror is just beginning. One day, a young girl who is a fan approaches Riley and gives her a creepy smile. Riley signs an autograph, but the girl remains silent, smiling unnervingly and staring at her intensely during a photo. Disturbed by these incidents, Riley asks a friend to stay with her for support. One night, after waking from a nightmare, Riley's friend suddenly woke up with a strange smile. Her face begins to glow eerily, frightening Riley so much that she falls off the bed. When she looks again, her friend is gone. Then a chilling voice calls out from behind, and the night takes a sinister turn. After the terrifying night, Riley wakes up to a new day, but doesn't dwell too much on the strange events. She decides to focus on her upcoming rehearsal. However, just as the rehearsal is about to end, she suddenly feels a sharp pain. Her leg bone breaks. To her surprise, as soon as the stage lights turn on, her leg instantly heals. Frustrated and confused, Riley lashes out at her dance partner, suspecting he might have caused her fall, but in reality, no one did. Feeling upset, she walks away alone. As she leaves, an assistant passes by with a disturbing smile, adding to her unease. When she reaches the makeup room, she finds everything in disarray, which only fuels her anger. Riley vents to her mother, but her mother insists she did nothing wrong. Despite this, Riley keeps seeing those eerie smiles repeatedly, making it impossible for her to live normally. Growing suspicious, Riley digs into Louis's background. A doctor informs her that Louis had been infected by a strange entity, one that had taken his life. This creature was known as the Smiling Monster, which only appeared to those affected by its curse. A curse that spread fear and eventually led to the host's death. Riley realizes she is going through the same horrifying experience as Louis. The monster infects people by feeding on their fear, ultimately killing the host. Before Riley, 8 victims had already died, and now she was next. The only way to stop the curse was for Riley to die voluntarily, forcing the monster to abandon her body and end the cycle. The doctor suggested temporarily stopping Riley's heartbeat to kill the monster inside her, after which she could be revived safely. But Riley refused, terrified that if she didn't, her death would mirror Louis's. and the monster would continue to infect others. Despite the doctor's repeated attempts to convince her, Riley wasn't ready. She returned home, shattered and overwhelmed by the nightmare that had become her reality. After experiencing intense emotions, Riley suddenly notices several people standing in the room, all wearing eerie smiles. Their eyes are fixed on her, and whenever she moves, they mimic her movements exactly. As she glances toward the door, they freeze into different poses, creating a chilling tableau. Fear gripping her, Riley slowly inches toward the door, but their gaze never leaves her. Summoning all her courage, she breaks into a run, but they pursue her relentlessly. When she reaches the door, she finds the path blocked. Turning around, she sees those figures closing in, their faces now distorted into terrifying forms. She tries to look away, but every time her eyes shift, they move closer. Some even imitate the sound of her footsteps. She's nearly caught. Desperately, Riley runs again, this time reaching the door. But the smiling figures grab her before she can escape. They lift and drag her around, overwhelming her with their sheer number. Struggling alone, Riley feels suffocated and powerless. She screams, but someone forcefully covers her mouth to silence her cries. Suddenly, Riley loses consciousness. In her unconscious state, she dreams of fighting with her ex-boyfriend. When she wakes up, she finds herself in a clinic. Her mother advises her to rest and encourages her to perform in the show the next day. Despite her fear and reluctance, Riley doesn't want to miss the show. However, her mother insists, explaining that canceling the show would cause a huge financial loss. She leaves no room for discussion. Riley feels frustrated, believing her mother doesn't truly believe what she's going through. To her mother, it seems like Riley is making excuses and not taking her health seriously. Riley felt that her mother had wasted years of her life. Despite all the hardships she had endured, all she received was disappointment. Her mother had no idea about the terrible ordeals Riley was going through. All Riley wanted was for her mother to understand her pain. Suddenly, her mother started smiling eerily. Was the sinister smile demon now targeting her mother as well? In the next moment, her mother became the victim of the same evil force. After her mother's death, Riley decided to run away to protect others from harm. She warned everyone to stay away from her. When her friends saw her, Riley ignored her and got into a car to leave. Riley planned to hide on a small island so her friend wouldn't get hurt. She told her friend to get out of the car, but just then the friend's phone rang. Since Riley was driving, she picked it up and heard her friend's voice on the line. Her friend hadn't been home for a year, which meant the person with her was the smiling demon in disguise. Riley turned back with a faint smile, then shouted angrily at the demon to leave her mind. She struggled to regain control over her thoughts and reminded herself she could handle this. When she opened her eyes, she realized she was still driving the car. She slammed on the brakes, narrowly avoiding a serious accident. Determined, Riley went back to the doctor she had previously asked to stop her heartbeat if things got worse. She told him that if she started acting strange or smiled like the demon, he must end her life to stop the evil. The doctor agreed and devised a plan. Riley would be placed in a cold room to lower her body temperature, then given a drug to stop her heart temporarily. This would give the demon a chance to leave her body. However, during the procedure, the doctor left her alone. Riley was now isolated and terrified. Suddenly, her other self appeared on the rooftop. The figure grabbed Riley's hair and lifted her up with one hand. The demon grabbed Riley and urged her to give up the fight, trying to scare her. Its huge, bulging eyes were terrifying, so much that it's hard to describe. But Riley refused to surrender. In a desperate move, she bit its hand, causing it pain. Seizing the moment, she grabbed a syringe and injected herself, hoping this would destroy the Smile Devil once and for all. But it was all an illusion. Her mind was already controlled, and her hands held nothing at all. Some of Riley's memories vanished, and suddenly she found herself on a stage, performing in front of an audience. What shocked her the most was seeing her mother in the crowd. It turned out her mother's death was also a cruel deception. Riley looked straight at her other self standing before her. She was utterly broken, her strength to fight gone. She collapsed onto the floor. Suddenly, the demon appeared in front of her and attacked with huge claws, slashing at her face. How could her mouth be so enormous? In reality, Riley fell on the stage, coughing, struggling to breathe. Her mother watched in horror. Then Riley stood up and smiled, an eerie, unsettling smile that silenced the entire hall. Panic and screams erupted as everyone realized Riley was no longer herself. She was dead. And that is where the movie ends. So, friends, Smile 2 had its share of scary scenes and intense moments, which we couldn't show entirely. That's why we cut and edited some parts for you. Thank you for watching the video till the end. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more. And that's the terrifying tale of Smile 2, a movie that explores the darkest corners of fear and the human mind. From Riley's struggles to escape the clutches of the Smile Devil, to the heartbreaking betrayals and horrifying revelations, this film keeps us on edge until the very last moment. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the horror and suspense of Smile 2, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for more movie breakdowns and thrilling stories. Remember, sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones hiding behind a smile. Until next time, stay safe and keep your eyes open. You never know what might be lurking just around the corner.